trusted him. That's the detail people return to, again and again, because it refuses to make sense no matter how many times it's repeated. Jamie Gough didn't follow a stranger. He didn't ignore a warning. He didn't take a risk. He walked beside someone he believed was his friend. Southwood Middle School was already alive that morning. Lockers slammed shut. Shoes echoed through hallways polished by routine. Teachers prepared lessons, unaware that none of them would matter by the end of the day. Nothing felt wrong, and that's what makes this story unbearable. Because what happened next was not an accident. It wasn't rage. It wasn't a fight. It was a decision. This is the Southwood Middle School murder.
Southwood Middle School was ordinary. It wasn't known for violence. It wasn't known for fear. Parents trusted it because nothing bad had ever happened there before. There were no metal detectors, no armed guards, no expectation that danger could come from inside the building. The school functioned on one assumption: children are safe here. That assumption would not survive the day. Jamie Gough was quiet, but not withdrawn. He was gentle, polite, the kind of kid teachers didn't worry about, and parents trusted. He followed rules. He trusted routines. He believed the world behaved the way it was supposed to. The morning of the murder began normally. Jamie woke up, got ready, and left home, believing he would come back. There were no final warnings, no fear, no sense of danger. Michael Hernandez did not stand out. He wasn't loud. He wasn't aggressive. Teachers remembered him as quiet, distant, and emotionally flat. Quiet children often go unnoticed. Michael did not express anger openly. He observed, he thought, he analyzed. Later, investigators would say, this was one of the most disturbing aspects of the case. Michael later told detectives that the idea of killing someone began as curiosity. Not hatred, not revenge. Curiosity. He wondered what it would feel like. What would happen afterward? Whether it would change him. These thoughts didn't come with panic. They came calmly. And once they arrived, they stayed.
Had you had planned to do this to Jamie?
Yes, I did.
How long have you had this plan?
A little under a week.
And is there any specific reason why you planned this?
No, there's not.
Jamie trusted Michael. That mattered. Michael would later explain that Jamie was chosen because he was accessible, trusting, and unlikely to resist. This was not said with cruelty. It was said as if explaining a decision.
Why did you choose Jamie, your friend?
He was the easiest out of anybody because he would have followed me because we're such good friends. And I knew he would have followed me in there and done what I would have said.
Okay.
Michael brought a knife to school. This detail matters more than anything else. He didn't find it there. He didn't act impulsively. He came prepared. He chose the bathroom because it was private, isolated, and predictable. This was not chaos. It was control.
I had already before I put my hand over his mouth, I already put my knife out. So the blade was already out.
Now, where had you kept this blade?
I had kept it in my jacket pocket.
And what color jacket did you have on today?
I had a red jacket.
The school day unfolded normally. Classes began. Teachers taught. Students moved between periods. Michael waited. Jamie had no reason to be afraid. At some point, Michael asked Jamie to walk with him to the bathroom. Jamie agreed. There was no hesitation. The walk was short. Students passed them. Teachers stood nearby. Nothing about the moment stood out. Inside the bathroom, the noise of the school faded. What happened next was sudden and overwhelming. Michael attacked Jamie with a knife, stabbing him repeatedly. The injuries were numerous and catastrophic. Jamie had no opportunity to escape, no chance to defend himself. The attack ended quickly. Michael left the bathroom. Jamie did not.
How were you going to accomplish this?
I was going to get him into the stall, the last stall because it's the biggest, so I'd have more room.
Now, this is in a restroom?
This is the restroom.
On which floor?
Second floor.
Okay, and it's the male restroom?
Yes, it is.
Where is it near?
It is near the media center and the gifted U.S. history class.
Okay. And once you brought or got Jamie in there, how were you going to bring him or lure him into the restroom?
We usually go to the restroom after we get upstairs so we don't get caught by security.
Okay.
And so I knew that was gonna work. I got him into the stall by saying, look, I have something to show you. So I got him into the stall and I told him to turn around because I wanted it to be a surprise. Before that, I put on the gloves. He saw me put on the gloves and I said, oh,
Oh, you're going too fast.
and I said, I like them because they're comfortable.
When Jamie's body was discovered, the school descended into panic. Lockdown procedures were initiated. Doors were locked. Students were told to remain silent. Parents gathered outside, desperate for information. Police arrived. Jamie Gough was pronounced dead inside his own school. Michael sat calmly during the lockdown. This detail would haunt investigators.
Now, after you did that, what happened?
I left, I took my gloves off and I flushed them down the toilet.
Okay.
Okay. I left and I went to go clean myself off. People were coming in, and so I left that bathroom and went to the other one downstairs.
Michael was brought in for questioning. Detectives expected fear. They did not get it. Michael answered calmly, clearly, and without visible emotion. When asked why he did it, he said he was curious. He wanted to know what it felt like to kill someone. When asked if he felt bad, he said no. One detective later described the interview as deeply unsettling, not because of aggression, but because of how casual Michael was. There was no remorse, only explanation.
And what did you do next?
I took the knife out and I proceeded to slit his throat.
Now, do you remember in which direction you slit his throat?
Left to right.
Did Jamie say or do anything? Did he put up a struggle?
Yes, he did. He turned around after I did that. He asked me not to kill him. So I told him, okay, I'm not going to if you cooperate.
Okay.
Which was a lie.
Right.
And so I realized that the stall door was open, so I locked it.
Yes.
And then I turned him around again and proceeded to stab him.
And where did you stab him, Mike?
I'm not positively sure, but I'm guessing around the jugular vein right around here. That's
Okay.
what I was aiming for.
Did you stab him anywhere else on his body?
Just basically the back of the neck, all through the neck.
Okay.
And once in the temple, and I think I sliced him here.
And that would be on the left side of his face?
The other side of the face.
Psychologists examined Michael's behavior closely. They noted emotional detachment, lack of empathy, and curiosity-driven violence. This was not loss of control. It was deliberate action.
Let me ask you this. Is there any particular reason why you did this to Jamie?
No, there's not.
Did he offend you in any way?
No, he did not.
Did he harm you in any way?
No, he did not.
Mike, you know the difference between right and wrong, correct?
Yes, I do.
Do you think what you did is right or wrong?
No, I don't.
Well, what don't you think?
I think it is neither right, but I don't think it was wrong.
Do you know what you did is wrong?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Michael Hernandez was charged as an adult. The decision shocked many, but prosecutors argued the level of planning and lack of remorse left no alternative. Jamie Gough became more than a name. He became evidence. His family was left with grief that had no resolution. Years passed. The case remained disturbing, not because of brutality, but because of calm. Michael Hernandez remained in prison. And then, years later, he died there. No redemption, no final explanation, no moment of clarity. Just an ending as quiet as the beginning.
Jamie Gough should have gone home that day. Instead, his life ended in a place meant to protect him. Michael Hernandez didn't look like a monster. That's the part people still struggle with. Because monsters are supposed to warn you. But sometimes they don't. Sometimes they walk beside you. Sleep well, mortals.